When I moved to Highlandtown in southeast Baltimore in 2024, I was excited to learn about the Maryland Transit Administration's Red Line project, a transit project promising to connect East and West Baltimore neighborhoods to the city's transit network and relieve some of Baltimore's busiest bus lines. Under the Biden administration, plenty of public money was available to support transit projects, and the MTA was committed to delivering the Red Line as a light rail service, steel wheels on standard gauge tracks, and a dedicated right-of-way, a true urban mass transit link. As the second Trump administration ruthlessly cuts funding for important social programs, including transportation projects, MTA leadership is revisiting an option for the route that they'd previously rejected, Bus Rapid Transit, or BRT. At a Red Line open house event at my local library, I sat down with project director Caitlin Tobin to learn more about what this might mean. Starting off, could you tell me what's your name and what's your role in the Red Line project?
Yes, Caitlin Tobin. I am the project director for the Red Line. Our key goals are to implement an high-frequency premium east-west transit connection across the Baltimore region.
Okay. BRT is one option the MTA is presenting for the Red Line, alongside a phased approach, which would build only a segment of the western part of the proposed light rail route, and the option of holding out and attempting to move forward with the full light rail project despite uncertain funding. BRT has become a trend, or maybe a fad, in transit planning after Curitiba, Brazil gained international attention for its citywide network of high-speed bus lines with modern stations, reliable service, and all the trappings of a modern rapid transit system, just without the rails. What does BRT mean as defined for this project?
Yeah, we are looking at a 14-mile streetscape project where for the majority of it, we're going to have guideways that are exclusive from traffic for the buses or for the vehicles. The vehicles themselves are the double articulated buses you may see out on our streets, but that are a little bit longer, a little bit wider, and have doors on both sides. We're also talking about stations that are very similar to light rail, so elevated platforms for that level boarding, shelters, real-time information signs, all the amenities you would see at a light rail station. Just the vehicle that comes up is a BRT vehicle instead of a light rail one.
Basically, BRT promises to be a kind of diet mass transit solution, attempting to deliver the regularity, reliability, and speed of a rail service without the high upfront construction costs of a train line. But as BRT lines have slowly rolled out across America, critics have observed a trend. Transit authorities, strapped for funding, promise an ultra-modern transit system on a budget and gradually value engineer the system down until it looks more like any other bus line than Curitiba's integrated network, even after all the expense of a highly publicized capital project. While the Red Line BRT looks promising in its current proposed form, it's too soon to know if it can be delivered and operated with the level of service that Caitlin and her team are describing, or if it will fall victim to this phenomenon called BRT creep. One researcher, Montreal-based architect and planner Marco Chidi, has proposed that we'd be better off without the BRT buzzword. In his 2025 article, Down with the BRT, Long Live the Bus, he argues that the BRT as a capital project has subsumed improvements like transit signal priority, which would better be considered as network-wide interventions. What's your approach to signal priority in this project?
For any version of this project, we're proposing to replace every signal along the corridor. We're seeking to do what's called transit signal preemption. Transit signal priority is when a bus is arriving. If the signal is on green, it'll maybe hold the green a bit longer. Preemption is if a bus is arriving and it's on red, it will change the signal to green for the bus.
Signal priority, or preemption, is an important part of the BRT equation, and, Chidi says, an important part of a modern bus network. Along with the separated rights of way, it gives the bus the ability to beat traffic. Otherwise, it will always be slower than driving, and it won't be able to keep its schedule reliable. Choice riders will drive instead, and captive riders, those with no other choice but the bus, will be left waiting, like my neighbors in Highlandtown do for the Blue and Navy line. Caitlin Tobin told me that, while certain traffic signals in Baltimore have been upgraded to give buses priority, little work is being done to roll out the improvement network-wide. This distinction underscores a key part of Marco Chidi's argument, where BRT projects reinforce a tiered system. Modern improvements are limited to expensive capital projects along select corridors, while the larger network continues to operate much like it did 50 years ago.
And it's a project where people don't physically see it, right? But we do see significant improvements, like for instance North Avenue. We've seen improvements on that corridor from implementing the TSP.
Right. If you're going to spend billions of dollars on a capital project, you want to have it be something
Absolutely.
voters will see and have a ribbon cutting,
Yeah.
as it were.
Yeah, I suppose so.